Hey guys, it's Raging Roadrunner here with another video today about who can escape Roadhog's hook. And I know last video I said this doesn't, the change doesn't affect him much, but actually I was kind of wrong. He can still one-shot people, but there's some that he can't one-shot unless he has a specific technique. And so I'm just going to show you each of the ones that he can one-shot, which he can't. And as you can see here, Genji can be one-shot, but it's a little bit difficult. His skinny frame makes it a little bit harder to aim. I tested it several times just to make sure that I wasn't missing, and apparently I am. So it seems like Roadhog's hook is not going to be as just nonchalant, where if somebody pulls you, you pull them in, and you just fire at whatever's in front of you. You kind of have to make sure that you're particularly aiming where it needs to be in order to one-shot them. And it seems to me, right here, Reaper can definitely not Wraith form. He has no time. Reaper, Soldier, both get one shot. Sombra actually can be one shot, but you can see here that I've missed several times. Her frame, I don't know if it's that she's leaning a little bit, like with her stance or whatever. I just had a real difficult time actually one-shotting her, where I had never had any sort of problem beforehand. Tracer, once again, skinny frame, and it was a little bit difficult, but she also can be one shot and has no time to do a recall unless you just fire late for some reason. But yeah, a little bit easier to hit. Bastion doesn't even come close. It's hard to eat through his armor, and so yeah, it's gonna be helpful to pull him out of his sentry mode, but you're not gonna be able to kill him all by yourself. And what's really interesting is that as Roadhog, if you ult Bastion in his sentry mode, you cannot do enough damage to eat through his healing, as you'll see here in just a second. But yeah, it just doesn't even come close. Maybe I'm not headshotting him enough, but you're not gonna be able to one-shot him. But yeah, Bastion's healing, I didn't even go through his armor. Like, his armor's gone, that's it. So yeah, Bastion is looking pretty strong. Hanzo was another difficult one. I don't know if I kept on missing. I just didn't know where to aim on his frame, but he doesn't appear to be able to be one-shot unless you do the technique that I've showed on Genji earlier, where you walk forward as you're pulling them in. Junkrat is one that can be one-shot though, although at times I found myself aiming a bit too high because you see the tire and it makes you think he's a little bit taller than he is, but he's actually kind of got a hunched frame. So yeah, and then now there's Mei. Mei, no matter what I did, she just didn't seem to be able to one-shot, and so she can easily cryo freeze afterwards and heal up and be okay and wall off. So yeah, Mei is safe, unfortunately. I'd rather her not be. And then Torbjorn gets deleted constantly. Widowmaker, unfortunately, is also one that can't be one-shot, along with Ana. They just have too small of frames. They need to they bulk up a little bit, eat some more food. But yeah, no matter what I did, no matter where I shot him, it just didn't seem to one-shot him. Oh, except right there. Oh, I guess it walked forward. Never mind. And yeah, Lucio. Lucio is a particularly difficult target just because he can move so quickly. He had a weird frame to hit. I was really struggling to hit him for some reason, but yeah, he can actually be one shot. So yeah, I've never had a single problem with one-shotting people before up until now. So it feels like this is more of like a skill shot almost. It makes it a little bit more difficult, yeah, a little bit more skill-based, where you do have to make sure you're aiming correctly. Otherwise, you're just not going to come even close to killing them. Yeah, Symmetra definitely couldn't get one shot, but Zenyatta for sure got deleted. Poor guy. Yeah, no, I mean, he definitely was one that can still be pulled and get deleted. And that about covers who all can be one shot and everything like that. Of the tanks, it can't be. That's just how they are. You're just not going to be able to do enough damage to one-shot them anymore, so your team is just going to have to focus them, which means you should be trying to focus, be pulling the squishier targets as much as you can. And also, if you're wanting to one-shot the people in this video that wasn't able to while standing still, that means you need to walk forward as the hook is coming to you, and you should be able to kill any of them just like you would before. So the change is a little bit worse than I thought, a little bit rougher to them. I'm not a huge fan of it, but yeah, I don't see why they want to make the change when they just made it to where everybody's pulled to the same distance, where they can't be one shot. Anyway, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but hopefully he'll be okay and it won't completely destroy him in the meta. But also, if you like this video, leave a comment, let me know what you thought. Also leave a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And feel free to suggest any sort of video, because this one was suggested by a user. I'm glad he did, because I was able to do some research that I feel was very important to the game of Overwatch. And anyway, enjoy your day, stay hydrated.